I can see we've had a storm which was really quite unfortunate, but I think if I look at the extent of the damage caused, I think some people must be held accountable. I think for me it starts with government. I fail to understand how were these plans actually in the first place approved. Because when you build a house, there's got to be building plans, and for people to occupy the house, there must be an occupation certificate. Secondly, I need to understand the company that built this type of houses. What type of company was this? Thirdly, I think the banks themselves. How do they allow our people to actually take bonds on this type of quality of houses? I think these three agencies, for me, I strongly believe they've got to really be held accountable. As much as, yes, we've got disasters, but when you have such poor quality of housing, unfortunately, we're taking advantage of the desperation of our people, because housing is a serious challenge in the city of Johannesburg. We're sitting with more than 300,000 housing backlog. And here, for me, it's a clear indication of how our people are taken for granted.
So, Mayor, are you saying that investigations need to be taken forward as to assess the levels of quality, low qualities of...
Not even low quality. This is bad quality. This is not low quality. This is bad quality. First, that's what I'm saying is government needs to investigate where the plans ever approved, where occupational certificates ever issued for people to occupy this type of houses. What type of company did they use to really build these houses? Lastly, the banks that actually offered our people bonds don't actually see what people are actually buying. So I think for me, our people have been really taken for granted. It's this bad quality really needs to really be investigated.
Lastly, Mayor, does the city have any plans to help the people that have been affected by the storm?
You know, if you look at the extent of the problem citywide, because it's not just really here in Protea. Earlier on, I was in Lens, I was in Lowly, I'm still going out to Brown Fisherville, going to Nutley. I look at the size of and extent of the damage. There's just no way that the city of Johannesburg can manage this on their own. But I have requested all our emergency officials to do an assessment of each house, each family, and I've requested a meeting with the province and national government. We meet at 2 o'clock so that we can see how the national government is going to come to the party to assist our people.